Hi guys and welcome. This is the tutorial for all body and core. We are on video number 4, I think. So yes, we are going to be hitting all body. We have 12 exercises that we're going to start off with. We're going to do those twice through. We have then got 3 exercises left that we're going to keep to the end, which is the core part of the workout. So do you want to see what we're going to be doing today? So we're keeping the timer on, 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest, 30 rounds, half an hour. We are going to be done and dusted. So yes, for lunges, we're just going to be alternating through. Now, make sure I'm doing these right. Yeah, you can go forward. If you want to work more of the quad, you can go forward, nice right angle with the feet or with the legs, and just working through. So we're alternating through with each leg. We're not going to go onto one leg. We are there. You can do forward lunges. Anyone with knee problems, doing reverse lunges is a little bit easier on the knee, and that is going to work more hamstrings and glutes. So pick whatever one you want to do. So if you want to do forward, if you want to do reverse, the choice is yours. We are then going to go on to stiff leg deadlifts. Now I don't know how many times talked about stiff leg deadlifts, and I still go on and on about it. It's all through the hips. It is not through the lower back. So soften the knees, shoulders back, core in nice and strong. Push that bum back. You're then going to drive up with the hamstrings and the glutes, straight down again. So don't be pushing those hips out at the front. Keep the tension on. Don't be going out like this. Nice and tight. Drive up. Just working through. And feeling that in the hamstrings the whole time. Now, next up, we have a squat and a press. If you have a barbell, you're going to have your barbell overhand like that, at your chest. Dumbbells, I like to hold them in close to my chest. That's a little bit more comfortable on my wrist. So you're going to squat down. We're then going to go up, press above the head, down again, up and press. So with your squat, always make sure, I like to go nice and wide, toes slightly pointing out. You want to sit into the legs, go up, in, press. So don't push the hips out that you're out of line. Make sure that you're nice and sturdy on the ground and you're working through. Next up, we're going to be working those glutes. So I have my hip thrust machine out. You don't have to have a hip thrust machine. If you have, I'm sure you've got a chair in your living room, push your sofa against a wall or a chair against a wall just so that it doesn't slip out of the way. And that is what I like about this. When I'm in position, the machine isn't going to go anywhere. So I'm going to use my resistance band. If you are using a chair, by all means, put a dumbbell or a barbell on your hips and work through like that. If you are putting anything across your hips, make sure that you pad it out a little bit, that you're not going to end up with nice bruises. And again, that's why I like this little machine, because I don't have to do that. So you want to go up, get the weights on your hips, resting just across the bottom of the shoulder blades. You're going to go down, press right up, squeeze the glutes down again, up and squeeze. You're not going to do these fast. You're going to work through and just driving right through with the glutes. So those are our hip thrusts. Right, we are then going to go on to our upper body. So I'm just going to push this out of the way. Make sure I don't wipe anything out or wreck my coffee table. So we're going to start off with push-ups. You want to go down into plank position. So when you're doing push-ups, don't be letting the back arch. You're in that plank position. You're going to push or lower down, press right through those hands and drive up. Always make sure that the hands are right underneath the shoulders. And when you go down, they're under the chest and work up. Don't be going down like this that you're going through the shoulder blades. You're going to feel it going through that shoulder joint, which is not good, guys. So if you are down onto your knees, it's the same form. Hands, chest over the hands, lower that chest over the hands, push back. So as you can see, my elbows always go slightly lower than the shoulder. They're not going out like this, they're going slightly lower. That puts more concentration on the chest, takes it away from that shoulder joint. You do not want to be putting a lot of pressure on the shoulder joint, guys. And if any of you know what it's like to have a shoulder joint issue, it is not fun, guys. It is not fun at all. So next up, we're going to do chest press. Now, if you have a bench, you can do it with a bench. I'm just going to keep it quite convenient. I'm going to go down onto the floor. So with a bench, you will get that extra little bit of depth. From the floor though, we're going straight up. So don't rest the arms on the floor. Just press right up. Squeeze the chest and just drive right through. And you're just working through like that. And again, those elbows are going lower than the shoulder. You're not going out to the side. You're just going that little bit lower. Hand is going towards the chest. Right, up we get. Next up, we have, bent over row. So, bend through the hips, stretch through those lats. So the core is tight, the back is nice and straight. You're then going to drive up, working right through that back and just working through. Now, if you've got a barbell, go overhand. Again, I just find it easier to kind of hold the dumbbells like that and I still hit my back. So, next up, bent over row. We're then going to go to underhand bent over row. So the palms are going to be pointing out. Your back will feel this. Bend through the hips again. Drive up to the belly button. Working through. Keep those palms pointing out and just working right through that back. Right, next up we have lateral raises. So as you know, you can use your dumbbells if you have lighter dumbbells. I would recommend going anything from maybe about 2.5 up to about 4. 5 might be hard. If you do have heavier dumbbells and you can still keep your form with the lateral raises, that is good. But make sure that you can hold your form. If you do have to take a rest every now and again, you can take that rest. I'm going to use my resistance band. So if you do have these are great to have around the house. So stand right on your resistance band. Remember with lateral raises, elbow never goes higher than shoulder and hand never goes higher than elbow. You want to keep those arms nice and straight and you're just going out to the sides like that, up to shoulder height, down again, just working through. Again, you don't want to be going up if the hands are up like this and you're going out at the front. These are laterals, out to the side. So when you go out, you're out to the side like that, up to shoulder height, feeling it on that shoulder. What is next? Bicep into shoulder press. So, bicep into shoulder press is going to kind of tire out those shoulders a wee bit more. We're going to go up, in, press, down. So I find it easier to go hammer curl, so I'm not twisting it round. It's a little bit less movement through the wrist, and I find that a lot better. So you curl up, keeping those elbows at the side, twist the elbows out, press, down, bring those elbows in, working through like that, keeping it nice and fluid. Now, next up we have tricep overhead extension, so working down the backs of those arms. If you've got your dumbbell, get that diamond shape, up, cup the dumbbell at the end, stretch right down the back, press right through, and just working right through those triceps. So you want to get that stretch, keep that core tight, don't arch the back out that you're getting a pinch in your lower back, core tight, and drive right up. Next up, still working on those triceps. It's the last of the upper body. I'm going to use my resistance band. Again, for tricep kickbacks, I say this a lot and people use really, really heavy weights. What I find if I do really heavy weights is because you're in this position, there's a lot of pressure on the shoulder joint to keep that weight steady and keep that elbow up, and I actually start getting pain through my shoulder joint. So I always go light, I always go to resistance bands, or I will go really light dumbbells. So I definitely wouldn't be doing the dumbbells that I'm doing a shoulder press with it. I would even half it from that there, so I would. So I'm going to use my resistance band. Again, these are so handy to have around the house. Bend through the hips, elbows up nice and high. Now that upper arm isn't going to move from there and you're going to kick back. Just driving through. Again, don't bring the hands too far forward. If you bring them like that, you're going to rest that tricep. We don't want to do that. We want to keep the tension on the tricep throughout the whole exercise. Right, next up, we're going to do that twice through. So there are 12 upper body exercises. We're then going to switch onto our lower core exercises. We've only got 3. We're going to do them 3 times through, but with 45 seconds, you guys know you're going to feel it. So I'll give you alternatives for this. because this one is quite hard. We're going to do knee hugs. So with knee hugs, we start in this V position. You're then going to lower down, up, drive round the knees. So you don't hold the knees, you just want to guide the hands round the knees, drive down again. If you hold on, the core is going to get a rest, and we don't want that. So if you can't do that, what I want you doing is leaning back onto the hands. You're going to keep the feet together, and you're just going to drive up. You can rest at the bottom if you need to, but to keep it harder, you're going to go out, in, in. Really concentrate on using the core and not using those hip flexors. You will feel it a little bit in those hip flexors, which isn't nice, but as the core gets stronger and stronger, we're going to feel that less and less, and the more that you really concentrate on using the proper muscle groups, the better that is going to be as well. So next up, we've got toe touch crunches. So we're down under our back, the feet is up in the air, and we're just going to go up, touch the toes, crunch, touch the toes, driving through like that, and you will feel that. Now, if you can't do that there, you keep the legs up, just go up, touch the knees. Feel that core working. So you're curling round, back is nice and flat on the ground, shoulders are lifting off, and you're just working through like that, feeling those muscles working. Now, next up, last exercise, we're going to hold a plank. We know how good planks are. That is why we do so many of them. So down onto the elbows, keep those bums nice and low, and you're like a tabletop. Again, the elbow is always under the shoulder. You're not putting them out like this and going up. I can't even do it like that there. You think you're making it easier, but you're really not. So elbows underneath the shoulders, nice and straight, working through. If they're too hard, you can go down onto your knees and just hold it there. It's exactly the same form, just slightly easier. So guys, that is our 15 exercises. We're going to be doing those twice through, whole body, hitting a wee bit of everything today. So guys, turn this tutorial off, and I will see all you guys in the workout.